Do you have these over-the-top items on your baby registry? If you do, you're going to regret it. Let's jump right in. The first item is this pack and play. Now, I call this pack and play the Cadillac of pack and plays. It's got like the little bassinetti area, the little changing pad. Sometimes they'll have like where you can store diapers along the side, and then it'll have like the upper level for them to play in or sleep in, and then the lower level. This thing comes with so many parts and pieces. For me, it's a skip. It's got too many things to store and too many things to attach. For me, a pack and play, I like the deep to the bottom one so that they can sleep in it at any age. I like it as a travel crib, and that is it. Okay, so for me, go basic, go simple. You don't need the over-the-top version. This next item is a floor mat, play gym, whatever you want to call it. This one's expensive, over $100. You could just put a quilt on the floor. It literally is that simple. So for me, over the top, you don't need it. Then we literally have a baby play mat right after that. You could just buy this instead. All right, again, if you want to put a quilt on it, you can put a quilt on it. They can play on it. This is much larger for them to roll and wiggle on. You can put books around them. You can put toys around them. You don't need that specific play mat. This next item is a perfect example of over the top in a baby registry regret, and that is a little robe to put them in. You do not need a robe. After they take a bath, put them in a towel. Getting their little arms in the robe, it's not fun. It's not needed. Wrap that towel around them and call it a day. Okay, take this off your baby registry. And I do want to say, where is this baby registry from? I picked it off Amazon. I pick random ones and I kind of review them and critique them for you, just like this today. Now, if you want a specific one done for your baby registry, I do offer that service. There's a link down in the description. Okay, we're getting into bath time. So washcloths, yes, it's a need. Would I get purple? No, I would get gender neutral so you can use it for all your kids. Not that you can't use it for a boy, but like, why would you get purple for your girl and like show that favoritism and then, okay, the boy gets to just use the hand-me-downs. Just buy white. Keep it neutral. Then we have the little like shower head. I would just use a cup. Personally, I wouldn't get this. Could it be a practical, useful item? Yes, everything can be practical and useful though. Doesn't mean you need it. And then we have the hooded towel. Often they are an animal of some sort. That is fine. What I recommend is trying not to get newborn or baby and try to get toddler so they can use it longer. This next item, I never recommend. Diaper pail. I don't like diaper pails. I think they're nasty, and I just think a trash can can work. I don't think it's that serious, and I think the refills are annoying to buy, and it just seems like a lot of plastic going in the landfill. So for me, diaper pails are a skip. Next, we have Dr. Brown bottles and bottles. So when it comes to bottles, I do recommend going with one type, so I like that these match. Now, what I would say typically is get the bigger size. So if it's an 8 or a 9 ounce bottle, get that and skip the 4 or 5 ounce. Then you don't have to upsize later. So I would only get big bottles and call it a day. Then we have a splat mat for under the high chair. So first of all, I don't like a high chair. I like a booster seat that sits in a chair. I don't like the splat mat. To me, food's gonna land on that mat. Food's also gonna land on the floor. So you're still cleaning the floor, but then you also have this mat to maintain, to clean, to take care of. If you have like white porcelain china flooring, okay, prevent the strawberries and raspberries from staining your floor. But if you're just your average person in your average home, this is one more thing to manage. You're still gonna have to clean your floor. You're still gonna have to clean the high chair or the chair that their booster seat is in. You're giving yourself one more thing to clean. The humidifier. People all of a sudden have a baby and think they need a humidifier. Unless you live in like Arizona or somewhere in the desert, I don't see the need. We live in the Midwest, never bought one of these. Our kids have survived, believe it or not. Next, we have the Owlet. So it's like the sock, it's a monitor. Some of them are also like kind of like baby monitors now. They're getting more components and more factors with them. They are expensive. They are an investment. It's completely up to you. We did not have this item, okay? Didn't feel the need. Pros and cons. So it's a safety thing, but it can also give you false alerts. Like, okay, say they wiggle their sock loose and it alerts, you know, and you think something's wrong. That could cause you anxiety that you have all these alerts coming through and they're false alarms. But at the same time, you might say, I'd rather have the false alarms and have that peace of mind that something is monitoring them. Completely up to you. I don't feel comfortable telling you to skip this item, but it's personal choice. Then we have the Frida Baby Basics Kit. So look at each item and actually think about if you were going to use it. If you're 100% going to use it or maybe going to use it. So for example, nail clippers, 100% would use. Cradle cap brush, you may or may not. Your baby doesn't have to have cradle cap. It could be iffy. Price it out, see if it seems worth it to you. I don't care for getting too many like medical essential kits. All right, I say limit it and get what you're actually going to use and need. Next, we have a set of pacifiers. I would say these are a little bit pricey. It's up to you if you want cute ones or if you want cheap ones. For me, pacifiers, I would choose cheap because you're going to lose them and they outgrow them, believe it or not. I don't know. There's something that's going to get thrown away at some point. So for me, I would go cheap and affordable. Then we have a Mom Cozy baby monitor. When it comes to baby monitors, I say it every time. Get 2 cameras. That way that if you have a second child, you're already prepared. 2 cameras that go to one screen. The screen can split in half so you can see both cameras, aka in the future, see both bedrooms. And then you want that screen to be like 5-6 inches. All right. It is up to you if you want one that links to Wi-Fi or not. Some people think Wi-Fi can get hacked more easily, so they don't want Wi-Fi. Pros and cons. If you go out on a date night, if you do not have Wi-Fi, you can't check in. You can't look at it through your phone. If you have Wi-Fi, you can check in when you're away. So that would be the biggest pro and con on that. Do I recommend getting a baby monitor? Yes, I do like a baby monitor. Do you absolutely have to have one? No. If you keep baby in your room and then you can hear them if your house isn't too large, you can live without one. We are getting into a little more bedding. So we got 3 sets of crib sheets. I do recommend 3. I think that is a sweet spot on the number. However, I recommend going gender neutral. So those sheets can be used for, again, the next child. All right. You don't need pink sheets when you can just have gray or like olive green or like a mint type blue. You know, you can do colors that are neutral and still enjoy their sheets and think they're beautiful. Then we have the portable sound machine. I actually used a free item. We used an old cell phone. We put a free white noise app on it, charged it just like you would a phone. We could do it on the charger, like plugged in, but we also could take it off. It could hold a charge. So we used an old cell phone and it worked great for us. So for us, that was money saved. Up to you. Look into it. See if that could work for you. Then we have a Mom Cozy wearable breast pump. So this is going to be a little more expensive, a little more fancy than what you might get off insurance. I used a free pump from insurance because I directly nursed my babies primarily. Now, if you're going back to work and you know you're going to pump, you might want a nicer pump. This depends on your breastfeeding journey, and the journey doesn't always turn out how you planned it. Okay, so do your best to plan. It really depends on you and your specific situation, and that's why when I edit your baby registry, you fill out like a questionnaire. We talk a little bit about what your plan is, and then I will critique your items, because critiquing your items does come down to what you picture life with baby looking like. The Chico Key Fit. Okay, so it's a car seat and it's a base. I like this version. The car seat clips into the base. We went with the Graco and it matched our jogger stroller. I do recommend a travel system. I like them. You know, it's a great option. So car seat, that's a need. That's a necessity. Go for it. Then we have a stroller organizer. This is kind of a universal one. It can go on any stroller. A lot of strollers don't come with a ton of storage, so I do recommend possibly getting this. For me, it's practical. It's organizational. I like things like that. So for me, this could definitely be a win. Then we have like a stroller insert to keep baby warm. So when it comes to things like this, so they make car seat cover ones. This one says stroller, so that makes the difference, okay? If they're in the car seat, when they're buckled in, you want nothing fluffy behind them. That's important. You can do something over the top, but you want that seatbelt to still be effective. If they're in the stroller, it doesn't matter quite as much. But something like this could be really nice if you're somebody who wants to get out in the cold weather, but you need to keep baby warm. There's also the option of like buying them a suit to wear. I call them bear suits. They're super cute. And that would be something where they're wearing it versus this one is the stroller's wearing it, but this one could have a longer life. So it could be a great product. Keep safety in mind though, and make sure you're not using it in the car seat if it is designed for the stroller. Next, the nightstand. Okay, it's pink. Clearly this registry is for baby girl. It is up to you how deep you want to go in the baby registry on baby stuff, mommy stuff, furniture. I recommend not going too deep, and your guests might start to feel like you're getting a little bit out of hand. So be cautious on this. One thing that you can do with items like this is put them on the baby registry and then purchase them yourself, and you might get a discount. But then once you've purchased them, maybe remove them so people can't see them. Then we have some wall sconces. Again, it's kind of getting a little too far for me. Followed up by a mirror, which again, it's completely up to you how far you want to take it. I don't recommend putting too many items like this on the baby registry. Next, we have 3 different pieces of wall art. I would not get 3 pieces of wall art because I want to put pictures of my baby in the room. So I would slow down on that, would be my opinion, but completely up to your personal aesthetic. Now, I consider this an over-the-top item that you're going to regret, the wipe warmer. Okay, you're teaching baby that wipes are warm. It could dry them out. It also could be a safety hazard. Okay, just being honest. You could be wasting wipes if they dry out. You could be, have that fire risk or concern. For me, the wipe warmer is a complete and utter skip. Baby can't have the wipe warmer when you're on the go at church, at a restaurant, at a friend's house. They're going to get cold wipes then. So to me, it is a skip, and I think it is often a regret. I hear a lot of mamas saying skip the wipe warmer. Next, we have a home air purifier. Again, it's kind of like the humidifier. People get really into this when they have a baby. Why was your air not good enough for you? It should have been good enough for you before you had baby. Babies are us. We want to take good care of them, but we also need to take good care of ourselves. So for me, it's if you need it, but maybe you should have had it before now. Then we have a dresser. Could be a great item, but like I said, you're starting to push it on adding too many furniture things to the baby registry. Let's make sure we keep it nice and respectful and not tacky, I guess would be my opinion. Okay, we've got a colorful like floor lamp. I think it's supposed to be like low lighting. Kind of strange, to each their own. Then we have a portable diaper changing situation. A lot of diaper bags will come with this, so look for that. Have we seen a diaper bag? I feel like we have not. Maybe they're skipping the diaper bag and going with this option instead. I do like something to put down. If you're changing your baby in a public restroom on like a changing station, you want something between them and that changing station. So something like this would work for that. Then we have these like toy straps. I would not probably get these, but are they something that I'm not going to hate on too much? Yes. So it looks like you're getting 6 of them for about $9. That's not very expensive. This is where you could attach a toy to their car seat so then they can't like completely throw it. And it kind of helps them, get to enjoy that toy longer because babies just chuck things. They don't always mean to. The same could be said for a toy at like a restaurant where you attach it to their high chair. Then it doesn't fall on the dirty floor. So think about situations like that, and the stroller is another option as well, attaching it to like their tray in front of them. Then again, you're not losing toys on the walk. Just a thought, definitely not a need if your money is tight and you gotta focus on diapers and wipes, but could be a useful practical item as well. Then we have a pacifier clip, one of them for about $15. That's ridiculous. I recommend getting like a 2-pack, maybe a 3-pack, but get cheap. This does not need to be a luxury item. Okay, that is way too over the top for me. Then we have a bookshelf. Now, as far as like furniture goes, I actually don't mind this as much because it feels more babyish. So teach their own on that. I think books are great though, and you want to read to your baby. So good call. Don't forget the library is free. This next item for me is over the top. It's regret and also could be a safety concern, and it's like a crib, mobile, however you say it. They shouldn't be over the crib. It's something that can fall on baby, and if it has strings, it could be, even a choking hazard or something. For me, it's completely unnecessary and a 100% skip. Do not put this on your baby registry. Then here's the mobile itself. Again, for me, it is a skip, unnecessary. Then we got a set of 2 lamps. Okay. Changing pad. I don't like a changing pad. I changed my babies on the guest bed that we had in their room. I really recommend that, putting their crib in their room. I guess it depends if you want them in your room or if you want them in their room. But I did crib in their room, guest bed. I could sleep on the guest bed, and then in the morning I'd make the bed, put a quilt on it, like a little baby quilt, and use that as my changing pad. You don't need this changing pad specifically, okay? You don't need to change them on the dresser. You can change them on the floor. You can change them on that guest bed. Highly recommend. Okay, the hatch light. I love the hatch light. For me, it's a little bougie. Like, I wouldn't normally do items like this, but it's so great. It is so great for bedtime. When they're newborns, okay, you use it as a sound machine. They don't really understand it too much, but you start practicing the colors. So for us, red was night-night, green was wake up. In the morning, I would hit it on my phone, make it go green, go in and get them. They just started learning. And like this repetition, it helped them. So then as they get older, they learn that the colors mean things. So if they wake up at 3 in the morning and they're like, oh man, I'm ready to wake up. They look at their light and they see it's red. They're like, nah, it's red. It's still sleep time. Go back to sleep. Versus some kids will wake up at 3 in the morning and like want to play, and their parents are like, oh my gosh, they were like running around the house and wide awake. Well, babies can't tell time. And then this helps with the morning wake ups as well, and just keeping them on track, getting them on a schedule. And then once they're out of the crib into the big bed, this can help keep them in their room and in their big bed. For us, our toddlers have done amazing with that transition, because when the light is red, they know they need to stay in their room. Only coming out if they're sick, an emergency, or a potty. That would be the reasoning to come out. Otherwise, they stay in their room, and it's done so well for us. It's been an amazing experience. Sleep, we have nailed with our children. Vegetables, not so much. Then we have a hamper. It looks like it's got like laundry sacks that maybe go inside of it. Maybe it's 2 sections. I love a hamper. I love a hamper though that is like an adult hamper, not a kid one. I probably want to get pink here. I'd probably get something that is more beige or tan. And I'm not trying to be a sad beige mom. I'm just being a practical mom. Okay, you can get colorful toys, colorful clothes, but items like this that they're not going to outgrow, I would get one they can take to college. All right, that's just me being, again, very practical. And then we have a pacifier holder or case. These are okay. I would get it cheap. You can also just use a Tupperware from your kitchen, like a plastic Tupperware, and throw it in their diaper bag. It's not that serious. Also, using the pacifier clipping it onto their outfit in their car seat or whatever you know, it's not that big of a deal. I don't take it that seriously. And if I had this, how often would I actually get the pacifier put away in there? I don't know. Probably not too often. So for me, not a necessity. If you're going to get it cheap. And with that, we are at the end of this baby registry. So what items for you were over the top? I know I named a few. Wipe warmer, mobile, looking at you. Skip those items, all right? And if you are interested in any of these items that were good items, in my opinion, or yours, they will all be linked down in the description. And again, if you want my help, I would love to work with you individually and specifically on your baby registry. All right, check out more videos. I'll see you there. Bye.